Hello everybody, and this is Ope from Fab Trips, and welcome to a new episode of ways to make your cruising experience a fabulous one. If you're aware of what's going on, the latest news from the CDC and really actually from the cruise lines is this. The CDC has set forth a recommendation that cruise lines should test fully vaccinated cruisers 2 days prior to embarkation. And before it used to be 3 days, and now it's 2 days, at least from September 13th or mid-September, most cruise lines will begin to implement this. Now, 3 days was bad enough because I'm sure you may have heard of people who tried to do their cruises 3 days before, tried to do their tests 3 days before and could not get their tests in time for the cruise. And because of that, they were denied boarding, despite trying to go through different hoops and trying to do everything they could to possibly get on board. But because of the 3-day rule that the cruise lines had in place, they were unable to get the test done essentially. And so if you go 4 days before, obviously it's invalid. If you go 2 days before, you just make things much more difficult, which is where we are today. So before it used to be 3 and it was difficult for a lot of people to get their tests done. Now it's 2 days and it may even be more difficult. Now, the good thing is for vaccinated, that's fully vaccinated cruisers, it's an antigen test, which is much shorter. Typically, most people advertise 15 minutes, although it's a little bit more than that. But it's an antigen test and not the longer PCR test, which usually takes a day or two. And so what I'm going to try and do today is to introduce you to a home test kit that has been introduced by Abbott. It's an eMed kit, and some cruise lines actually accept this. In fact, I think a lot of the cruise lines accept this. And so what I'm going to do is go through the cruise lines that accept it and point you in the right direction on what kind of kit to get, because not all the kits from Abbott actually works. So there's a specific one meant for traveling that the cruise lines approve. So first, let me say, if you're fully vaccinated, and mind you, this is for people who are fully vaccinated, that is 14 days after an approved FDA vaccine. In the US, we're talking about Johnson & Johnson, which is one shot. If it's Pfizer, BioNTech, which is 2 shots, and we're talking of Moderna, which is also 2 shots, and it's 14 days after the shots. That's what is considered as fully vaccinated. To the cruise lines, not only do you have to be fully vaccinated, you also have to be willing to disclose and show proof of the fact that you're fully vaccinated. So if you're fully vaccinated and you're unwilling to show proof of full vaccination via your card or some sort of an e-card from a chain, then you're considered unvaccinated or in some cases not fully vaccinated. So please, this test kit that I'm going to introduce here, which I think is widely known, but just letting you know is available, is only for fully vaccinated guests who are willing to show that they are fully vaccinated. And so the test kit is approved by, and let me just go through the cruise lines. It's approved by the Carnival Corporation cruises, so that's Princess, Holland America, and Carnival cruise lines. They actually approve this. It's on their website, and I'll put a link below to show you where you can check for this on their website. The second one is the Royal Caribbean Group. So you have Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruises. Also, they approve this type of tests. And then the third cruise line that I know about is MSC. In fact, MSC on their website has a link to purchase the test kits. Now, the last information, at least as of today, is that the test kit is $150, and it comes in a set of six different tests, and it's only to be used for 3 people. So 6 tests for 3 people. So if you're 6 in a family and you decide to use all 6 tests, I'm not sure the company will agree with that. And the unique thing about this thing is you are going to be proctored by a telehealth expert. So essentially, you have to download the app, and after downloading the app, it's going to be pretty much a video conference, which the cruise lines are looking for. They want something that is teleproctored. And so you'll be taken through the process. They will give you the approval, make sure you've done it right. They will test the results. And once you're done, they will send you a result via the app, which you can then show to the cruise lines during embarkation. So all these 3 groups of cruise lines actually do accept it. Carnival Group, the Royal Caribbean Group, and MSC. Of course, Norwegian will do a test for you when you get to the to embarkation. So Norwegian does not require this. Although I must point out, Norwegian has this weird clause saying that if you come to embarkation and they test you and you test positive, they will handle all the expenses for if you have to quarantine, if you have to fly back. They'll handle all the expenses only if you come with your own negative test result. So essentially, if you do a test and you have a negative test result and you go to the terminal and they do a test for you and you test positive, they will handle everything in terms of the expenses. However, if you do not go with your own test results and you depend on Norwegian and you test positive, all the expenses are going to be on you. And I think the rationale is that you test yourself before you travel. If you're positive, then you stay at home, and then the whole idea of anyone going through any expenses of quarantining and traveling will be eliminated. But if you do decide to travel, knowing fully well that you have a negative test or with a negative test, and then you get to the point of embarkation and you test positive, I think Norwegian is just going to say, well, you traveled in good faith and you didn't know any better, hence they will handle all the expenses. So that's Norwegian. For the other cruise lines, I don't know. I don't know what Disney's doing. I'll check again, and if they have something going, I'll probably post it that Disney's also accepting the home test kit. If you're traveling internationally, please do not do the home test kit. Do a PCR test. On my end, what I intend to do is to do 2. My intention is to do a PCR test 2 days before I travel in the hope that I'll get the result on time. But I will also plan to do the home test kit that is approved for traveling. And hopefully, if the PCR comes, great. And if this home test kit is a good backup, then I'll do that. But here's the thing I must also point out. Again, let me reiterate this. This is for fully vaccinated cruisers, one, or guests, or fully vaccinated people who want to cruise, one. And 2, this is a specific test for traveling. Not all the tests from Abbott actually qualifies for this, but a specific one, and I'll leave a link for that below as well. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but just a quick thing. In my own experience, I know that for PCR test for quick turnaround, I've had that Walgreens has not been very good. I haven't used them, so I can't say for sure personally that they've been able to meet the 3-day or 2-day mark. But what I've been told, and a lot of people have mentioned that Walgreens was not very helpful. I have used CVS several times, and CVS has been great, but really just pushing it. Last time I did it, I did a test on a Friday for a Monday travel, and I did not get it until Sunday night around 11:50 p.m. So that was really cutting it close, considering the fact that I was traveling the next morning on Monday. So that was a little bit of a nail biter there. But overall, CVS has not disappointed me at any time, and really have not heard any stories of people being disappointed by CVS. The other one I used recently is Carbon Health. Carbon Health's turnaround was pretty much within 24 hours. And I used it for my parents. Now, they are not everywhere, but they're in certain locations. If you go to their website, I believe it's carbonhealth.com. Again, I'll leave the link below. You'll see where they are located, and you can set an appointment, and you can get tested. Of course, this is going to cost you. So I'm not sure how costly it is. The costs are listed on their website anyways. And of course, you can always call them to find out what the cost is. So I hope this has been helpful. If you know any other testing organization, testing centers that give a quick turnaround, please comment below. If you've had horrible experiences with any type of testing center, I'd like to hear about it so that at least people can learn from our varied experiences. But I think this home test kit is a good thing, and it's wonderful that cruise lines are accepting it, because at least it gives people more flexible options to do their test before a cruise without too much pressure. So kudos to the cruise lines that have adopted this. It is FDA approved, and there is a teleproctor that will take you through the process and make sure you do it the correct way. And the cruise lines are happy with it because of that. So I hope that helps. Anyway, I hope that has been very helpful for you all. So if you found this useful, I just want to invite you to please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Subscribing is not going to cost you anything. It's not going to really be a bother. It just helps me out. I guess till next time, have a fabulous day or cruise, or have a fabulous time. All right? Take care. Bye.